In July 2005, a group of West African migrants, about 56 people, traveling toward Europe were detained in the Gambia and subsequently murdered by a paramilitary unit under the rule of then-President Yahya Jammeh. Among them were approximately 41 to 44 Ghanaians. Others included Nigerians, Togolese, Ivorians, Senegalese. They were accused by Gambian authorities of being mercenaries heading to overthrow Jammeh's regime. They landed on a beach in Gambia and were arrested. Then they were executed in forests or dumped in wells, often near the border with Senegal. The detention began on 22 July 2005 at Barra, a town in Gambia, when the boat carrying them landed. They were held at the naval headquarters in Banjul, then transferred to forested areas around the border with Senegal near Jammeh's hometown, Kanalai. One known survivor is a Ghanaian named Martin Keir, who escaped from a pickup truck carrying the detained migrants into the forest. Former Gambian soldiers have confessed, e.g. Lieutenant Malik Jada admitted to shooting one of the migrants, and both he and Corporal Omar Jallo said the orders came from Jammeh's command. Investigations by Human Rights Watch and Trial International found evidence implicating Jammeh and his paramilitary Junglers unit in ordering and carrying out the killings. Despite evidence, justice has not been fully achieved. No known high-level convictions, many bodies not recovered, and full accountability still outstanding. Importance, why it matters. This case is one of the most serious human rights violations tied to Jammeh's 22-year rule in the Gambia, 1994 to 2017, which included extrajudicial killings, disappearances, and other abuses. It highlights risks for irregular migrants and the extreme vulnerabilities they may face, especially when states use extrajudicial means. The cross-border nature of the crime, Ghanaians, Nigerians, Togolese in Gambia, Mali, Senegal, complicates jurisdiction and accountability, a significant challenge in international human rights enforcement. For Ghana and other West African states, the case remains a moral and political issue. How to ensure protection of citizens abroad, accountability for mass atrocities, and reparations for victims' families. The case also raises serious questions about state impunity. Even where evidence is strong, confessions, intelligence links, chain of command, prosecutions remain rare. Current status and what's being done. There have been campaigns in Ghana under names such as Jammeh to Justice, advocating for accountability and reparations. The Gambia's own Truth, Reconciliation and Reparations Commission, TRRC, has taken testimony, including from former soldiers involved. Ghana's government has been under pressure from victims' families to pursue justice, including
Authorities say a young
universal
migrant who
jurisdiction
fled
options.
conscription in the Gambian
Legal and
army has
practical
been found
obstacles
safe here in
remain
Accra.
huge.
Police confirmed the
Destroyed harm,
17-year-old
missing evidence, lack of cooperation, international politics, immunity, exile of perpetrators. For instance, Jammeh is in exile in Equatorial Guinea. What is still unknown, unresolved. The exact number of victims, sources vary between 50 to 56 total migrants, with about 44 Ghanaians among them. The locations of many of the victims' bodies are still unknown. Many families have not recovered remains. The full list of names, sure identities of victims. Many are unidentified or only partially identified. Whether Jammeh himself will ever face prosecution in a credible court for these specific murders remains uncertain.